Welcome to Toy Dream! This board is where the dreams of toys come alive. Play with toys and enjoy their dreams until your heart is content. I almost expected him to say until your heart explodes for some reason. First, let's decide order of play. I gotta hit the block for Mario, of course, and he looks like he's going third. First is Luigi. Second is Peach. Third is Mario. And fourth is Toad. Yahoo indeed. And of course, as is tradition, we get 10 coins to start off with. So, where's Donkey Kong now? A very good question. Since Donkey Kong is no longer a playable character, he has a special role on the boards. He is basically an anti-Bowser. You definitely want to step on the Donkey Kong spaces because only good things can really happen. And, of course, we'll have to arrange 6 events in the game. Use them wisely. That basically means 6 spaces on the boards will contain special events, which we'll get into as things go on. And of course, the star is here. Everyone has to get to the star and pay 20 coins to get it, and it is right at start, which is a very interesting starting point for the star. Alright, let's get going. I'm gonna be joining the fun very briefly to give a brief explanation of the board. I'm not super crazy familiar with Mario Party 5, but I will do my best regardless. Luigi getting a capsule and walking by the star, because I feel like everybody is going to be doing that. And Luigi finds a hidden block on the first turn, giving him 10 coins. I feel like I've been in this scenario before, honestly. Peach, rolling a 9, also going to the capsule machine. What's she gonna get? She's going to get a warp pipe capsule. Interesting. Also walking by the star. Going up this way and hitting a blue space. Now, before we switch Mario to a CPU player, let's take a quick tour around Toy Dream. Of course, the biggest feature of Mario Party 5 is the capsule machines, as we've seen already. Capsules are free. You don't need to pay anything to get them, but if you want to use them in certain ways, you have to pay a certain amount of coins. This, right here, is a capsule event. These are randomly scattered around the board. Like Eldstar said, there are 6 of them at the beginning of the game, but if you choose so, you can throw your capsule onto a space, and then, by extension, add an event to the board. As a game of Mario Party 5 goes on, there tends to be a lot of these scattered around the board, depending on the whims of the CPU and how often they want to use their capsules. So things can get a bit complicated and a bit erratic and a bit hairy in certain situations. But let's talk about Toy Dream itself. As described, it is inspired by toys. There are toys everywhere, and things look a lot better than they typically would in Mario Party 4. There's a lot more personality here, there's a lot more varied events from the different happening spaces that can happen, most of which change your position around the board. I'd say probably the most prominent feature of Toy Dream is, in fact, the train station, which can take you from the bottom of the board all the way to the top of the board. But of course, there's lots of other happening spaces where things can occur to sort of shift your position around. These blocks can fall down and knock you down to a level below. This present, I believe, can cause a spring to pop up and send you flying. So there's a lot of things to keep track of on Mario Party 5. And there's a lot of different kinds of capsules and stuff, which I may not remember all of the effects to right off the top of my head. Again, I apologize in advance in case I don't get my commentary totally accurate, but that's actually part of the fun of Mario Party 5, because in some cases, you really don't know what's going to happen with those random events that are scattered around. But anyway, it is time officially to change our settings and switch Mario over to a hard computer player. Just making sure, yes, everybody is on hard. And we can change our options around a little bit. We are going to turn minigame explanations off for now. We are going to view CPU minigames, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see any of them. We are going to leave minigames on all, and we are going to be turning Rumble off on the GameCube controller. That way, in Rumble-based minigames, much like Mario Party 4, I believe we'll be able to see a visual indicator on screen instead of the GameCube controller rumbling when certain things happen. We're going to leave message speed on normal, so I can at least keep up a little bit. And we're going to save after every turn, just in case something crazy catastrophic, like the game crashing, like in the Mario Party 4 tournaments, occurs. But yeah, that is going to call it for right now with the options. We are officially starting the tournament right now. Mario rolling a 2. Going to the capsule machine, and he's going to be hitting a happening space there. Ooh, Mario gets a Koopa Bank capsule. Very interesting. Do you want to ride the train? No, he doesn't. But this actually does put Mario in a pretty good spot to get the star next turn if he wins the first minigame. Toad, unfortunately, rolling past the star. But he also gets a capsule. There's never really a reason to say no to the capsule machine, except for one particular capsule you can find in there. When Toad hits a Lakitu space. Interesting. It lets him steal a capsule from another player. And it looks like he's going after Mario's Koopa Bank capsule. Hooray. Toad also gets a coin bonus from the blue space there. And it seems we are immediately starting things off with a battle minigame. Battle minigames in this game happen at random whenever a 4-player game is going to go off, and things are decided a little differently here. They're decided by a majority vote. Whichever minigame gets picked the most is the minigame that gets played, or in cases of a tie, the minigame that doesn't get picked gets played instead. And of course, I can't remember the battle games names off the top of my head because I didn't get to see it when it was picked. You don't get to see them right away. But basically in this game, it's a random luck race. You pick a ride, and you try to pick the winner, basically. Whichever one you think is going to make it to the finish first. I am almost positive it comes down completely to luck. People get shot out of the sky, things break down, and it looks like Toad has no competition, and he is just making it all the way to the finish. That was a bit ridiculous, honestly. Which means Toad is the winner of our first minigame, which also means that Mario can't get the star either. Or rather, he might have had a chance if he got in second to get a few coins, but as usual with battle minigames, second place basically gets their coins back, plus a little interest. But what a way to start things off, Luigi choosing not to use his capsule. I feel like in a lot of cases, it's going to be a lot easier to explain the capsules, like, when they happen. Some of them are pretty easy enough to understand. The warp pipe lets you switch places with another player, and the Koopa Bank capsule adds a Koopa Bank space to the board, which behaves exactly as it did in Mario Party 2 and 3. When you walk by the bank space, you have to deposit coins into the bank. Or, if you land on the bank space, you get all the coins that are deposited in the bank. But there's a key difference with the Koopa Bank in this game, which I'll explain after our next minigame, which is a 1 versus 3 heat stroke. Taking place on a literal sun. Princess Peach has to use her hammer to knock these platforms away and try and knock out all of her competitors. Ooh, Mario barely tanks on there for a second. They can jump to avoid being knocked away, but Princess Peach can fake them out, and you saw the Podoboos gathering as things went on, which makes avoiding things a little harder. But yes, the big difference with the Koopa Bank capsule is that if you have a Koopa Bank capsule, you can use it on yourself, which counts as landing on the space. And Luigi, using his Spiny capsule on himself, which lets him select an opponent from the roulette wheel to attack and steal coins from. Though, in some cases, you do have to weigh your options of whether or not you want to use the capsule on yourself, because it costs coins to use any capsule on yourself. You can either try and, oh, hello there, Princess Peach just landed on a Twister space, which changes the position of the star. How about that? The star location has changed. And the next star we'll shoot for is right here, all the way at the top of the board. Dang. Well, that mixed things up for sure. Mario rolling an 8. Almost hitting Donkey Kong, but hitting that happening space instead, which causes Mecha Bowser to shoot him all the way back to start. Dang. Toad choosing to throw down his Koopa Bank space. It is important to note you can only throw down capsules onto red or blue spaces. You can't cover up happening spaces or anything like that. And Toad ends up walking by the capsule he just threw down, triggering the Koopa Bank, and he has to put 5 coins into it. Well then. Oh well. And Toad finishes things off with a blue space and finds another hidden block. What the heck? Though I have noticed that hidden blocks tend to only contain coins in this game. I think they can have stars in them, but I definitely don't see it as often as previous Mario Party games. Brings us to our next 4-player minigame, Night Light Fright. In this minigame, there's a chain chomp in a dark alley, and you have to wait for it to come in close. Whoever stops the chain chomp with their flashlight when it's closest to them wins. And it looks like this minigame is going to Toad. Basically a big game of chicken. And if you wait too long, the chain chomp attacks you and knocks you out. So, yeah. Toad is doing particularly well for himself, it seems. Luigi starting our next turn with a 1. Getting 3 coins, okay. Princess Peach also rolling a 2. She and Luigi are just kind of hanging out together right now, it seems. Mario with a 2. Do you want to go to the capsule machine? Of course you do. Mario gets himself a dual capsule. Interesting. That, of course, triggers a dual minigame. And hey, he gets to ride the train. And he can grab some extra coins along the way. Of course, I believe something happens to players if they are on the bridge there when it opens up. And Mario ends up all the way at the top of the board, right in front of the star, getting 9 coins, and it lets him set himself up to potentially get the star again, but Toad is using his warp pipe, which allows him to switch places with another player at the cost of some coins, and of course, it lands right on Mario, and now Toad is in line to get the star, which he's going to get right now. Toad has officially gotten our first star of the game, the first star of the tournament, putting himself in the lead. Very good, Toad, very good indeed. The next star is basically right in front of him. Oh, that might be past the junction, though. I'm not sure if Toad can actually get that. But hey, time for a 4-player minigame. The minigame of the round is triple jump. Naturally, in this minigame, you are performing a triple jump.
Star.
Basically, you need to take turns alternating button presses from the A button to the B button, back to the A button. The CPUs in this case have to mash their invisible A button and B button in order to get the best length in their jump. They have to jump the farthest. And my Princess Peach doing pretty good there. Of course, whoever ends up jumping the farthest is the winner. Mario not quite far enough, can't quite beat Peach's distance there. And Toad, what's he gonna get? Ooh, just a little short. It looks like this minigame is going to Peach. How about that? Alright. Luigi starting off the next turn, of course, with a 7. Getting 3 coins, not bad. Peach probably following close behind him. Yep. Of course, these two are just kind of chilling out together. Mario throwing his dual capsule. Now if that space is landed on, it will trigger a dual minigame. Which are in fact returning from after being absent in Mario Party 4. And Toad finishing off the round with a 6. And yeah, that is past a junction there. I looked at the board wrong. Meaning Toad did not get another star right away. Well, he didn't have enough coins for it anyway, but, you know. And our next minigame is going to be Chimp Chase. As expected, this minigame is all about catching little monkeys and bringing them back to the appropriately colored monkey parent. Whoever captures the most monkeys and brings them to the right location wins. Nothing really happens if you bring the wrong monkey to the wrong location, but there are these gold monkeys that show up once in a while. The gold monkey is, of course, worth extra points, and no one really seems to be focused on getting it. Another minigame going to Peach, it seems. Yes, she is. Okay. Alright, alright. Luigi rolling a 9. Nice high rolls from Luigi. Dropping by the capsule machine. What kind of capsule does he get, though? It's a warp pipe capsule. How about that? Okay. Princess Peach holding on to that warp pipe capsule for the right opportunity, it seems. She gets another capsule, and what's it gonna be? It's another warp pipe capsule. Interesting. Mario rolling a 4. Getting himself 3 coins, and Toad, what's he gonna do? He's getting a 2. Triggering a poison mushroom space, it seems. This means next turn, Toad can only roll up to a 5. Very unfortunate. And our next minigame, Pushy Penguins. Oh boy. In this minigame, players have to stay on this icy surface here and avoid penguins as they come by. And there are a lot of penguins to avoid. Basically, you just gotta weave in and out of the crowd as best you can to avoid getting pushed off the edge. Princess Peach is going over, though, couldn't get around those penguins. And as things go on, things get increasingly crowded. There goes Toad. Mario and Luigi are left, but oh! Luigi ends up getting knocked up. I thought Mario was going off for sure. But it seems that Mario is the winner this time around. Luigi, what's he gonna do? He's rolling a 1. Not much going on for Luigi and Peach right now. They got lots of coins, but they haven't been able to really, make any headway towards getting a star or anything yet. Oh, and Peach landed on the Koopa Bank space. How about that? That means she gets all 5 coins, I think it is, that are in the bank. But of course, she also lands on a red space, which means she's losing 3 of those coins right away. Indeed. Mario with a 2. Getting a blue space. Yeah, okay. And Toad, with his poison mushroom in play, can only roll a 2. Also getting a blue space. Bringing us to our next mini game. How about that? What's it gonna be this time? 1 versus 3. It's Fladiator. In this game, the one player is rolling around on a giant ball trying to run over the team of 3. The team of 3 have to watch where they're running, though, because if they're not careful, they can trip over the Monty moles popping up, which I don't think have any real effect on the one player up there. Oof. Mario and Luigi both getting quickly flattened, leaving Toad to fend for himself. Honestly, this minigame has a pretty long time limit on it, too, so it's a long time to avoid getting squished.
Finish!
But Peach barely taps Toad and knocks him out.
Yeah, Peach is the winner!
Peach is suddenly doing very well on minigames, I'm noticing. She's won quite a few of them, like, right in a row, I think.
Wow.